Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. So I was in class and waiting for class, scrolling on Twitter, the Twitter world, and I came across an article. It was going viral everywhere. So Disney is attempting to win back male audiences. I didn't think they were openly going to admit that they were, but they openly admitted it, that they are losing the male audience. I was shocked. So we're going to get to the article. Okay, this is written by Variety, and I'm gonna just give you what Disney said, and it's blowing my mind, literally. This is a piece by Variety. Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty aren't the only ones looking for a prince. Leadership at Walt Disney Studios have been pressing Hollywood creatives in recent months. Multiple sources tell Variety for movies that will bring young men back to the brand in a meaningful way. Young men is defined here by sources as ages 13 through 28, aka Generation Z. First, every film studio is looking for better ways to convert younger audiences into habitual moviegoers. Numerous studies show that Gen Z men in particular are a lonely, game-obsessed group who were hampered in their formative years by COVID-19 lockdowns. Not the easiest segment to grasp. But what's surprising producers, writers, and other partners in the larger industry is that Disney has been calling for original concepts to lure the demographic back to the movies. This is the same Disney, mind you, whose multi-billion-dollar content engines, Marvel and Lucasfilm, has sated men all over almost 2 decades since the company acquired them. The sources say Disney has been seeking new IP and pitches such as splashy global adventures and treasure hunts, as well as seasonal fare-like films for the Halloween corridor. The calls come as the Star Wars machine struggles to produce any film projects, and the superhero genre sheds audiences by the minute. And the rest of this, they're hiring Mr. David Greenburn to oversight this. You know, they've been lacking the guy fanfare since the last 10 years for the Pirates of the Caribbean, and this is what is it gets me right here. Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed as much on a quarterly earnings call this month, saying his film group won't favor existing IP over original material. The priority, Iger said, is to put out great movies. Walt Disney declined to provide comment for this story. Much has been written about the narrowing audience for superhero movies. The performance of Marvel's latest release, Fantastic Four, which aimed to launch yet another superhero franchise led by Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, failed to meet expectations. That's despite good reviews, a promising opening weekend, and the full attention of Marvel star Kevin Feige. Star Wars has not produced a film in 7 years. One top film executive at Disney Rivals said every studio should be looking for originals, as sequels and reboots continue to exhaust the culture, even if they're packing in moviegoers in the short term. I never thought I'd say it. The exec muses about the Magic Kingdom's boy troubles despite its gem box of IP. Despite its gem box of iconic IP, but it looks like Disney is going to have to start trying. So there is a lot to disagree with in that article, as you can ultimately say. First of all, I don't understand this. We are talking about a company in Disney who owns IPs such as Star Wars and Marvel. Two male-dominant franchises whose key characters in Star Wars are Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Lando. The list goes on and on and on. Kylo Ren, Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi. All these male-dominant characters who have been the focal point of the Star Wars universe. Then you had lovable female characters by the male audiences, such as Princess Leia, Queen Amidala, Queen Padme. And the list goes on and on and on. Moving on to Marvel, the MCU, who was and still could be if Disney had their head on straight, the biggest franchise in the history of film. Had a lineup full of lovable male characters that are loved by the male demographic and female characters such as Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow. Even though Captain Marvel's not beloved, let's not put her in there. The Guardians of the Galaxy characters. The list goes on and on and on with that as well. Winter Soldier, all the villains, Thanos, the list. I mean, we'll be here forever just naming all these characters off. Those are two IPs that are arguably the two most successful IPs in the history of cinema. Star Wars and Marvel. I wish I could put DC in that same light, but that is obviously not the case. So we're talking about those two iconic IPs. And Mr. Bob Iger has the nerve to say he is not going to favor existing IPs over original content. Bob Iger, do you not know that Star Wars fans have had has had some pretty good content to consume over the years? Over the 50 years, I think they're coming up on 50 or 60 years, if I'm not mistaken, of being created by the great George Lucas. They've had 9 films. They've had animation content, comic books. Don't you think the Star Wars fans want to see that continue? Don't you think the Star Wars fans wants another movie? I think so. Especially after majority of the audience didn't like the latest trilogy you just came out with, and they would like a redo. I think they would be down for it. What about the Marvel Universe? We are talking about the MCU, the biggest franchise in the history of film. All the great films that we had. Wouldn't we, us fans, and this is including me, I'm not a Star Wars fan as big as I am a Marvel fan, MCU fan. I'm a DC fan. Obviously, I'm wearing a Green Lantern shirt now. I'm a big DC guy, but I love Marvel. Love the MCU. I grew up watching the MCU, and that's what got me hooked on the film and the film industry. So don't you think that us MCU fans want to see more of the IP? To see more movies? I don't believe in the superhero fatigue crap. I just don't. I believe in bad movie fatigue. Name me since 2020, since the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. We're not counting Spider-Man No Way Home. What is the last good Marvel movie? Marvel movies Marvel has released in 4 years. We were getting 2 or 3 bangers a year from 2008 all the way to 2019. Specifically 2, 3 at the most. It maybe not even 3. Might have just been 2 at the most. But in the past 4 years, we haven't had one good Marvel movie that has not rocked my socks off. Like a Captain America Winter Soldier did. Civil War. First Avenger. The first Avengers movie. It didn't knock my socks off, but I love it and rewatch it to this day. The second Avengers movie. What about Thor? What about Iron Man? Even though I don't like Iron Man 3. But all these stories, Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, all these movies that we got. In the span of the last 4 years, there have not been any good Marvel movies that has knocked my socks off. Even Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. even Fantastic Four. Movies that I do like, but I wouldn't really rewatch them again because they just didn't do it for me wholeheartedly. So that's where we're at. So to see Bob Iger say something like that, that doesn't sound good for the future of Marvel and Star Wars. We know there's a lot of uncertainty going on with the Star Wars IP rather than the Marvel IP. But after Kevin Feige and the crews plan to pretty much reboot the MCU, who knows if they're going to reboot it for the better. Because we know the ultimate problem with Marvel, with the past couple of shows that they've made. And we got to be honest here. What male, just the regular demographic and audience that was watching and consuming Marvel the last 4 years, who wanted to watch WandaVision? Who wanted to watch the Marvels? Who wanted to watch Miss Marvel? Who wanted to watch Agatha all along? Nobody. You lost the male audience so bad that they didn't even turn on and turn out for Daredevil Born Again. I'm one of those individuals. I think the last show I really much tuned out on was Moon Knight. What about She-Hulk? What male was wanting to watch that? Who wants to watch CGI She-Hulk twerk? We're talking about boys. We're talking about the male audience here. Who wants to watch a CGI She-Hulk twerk? Not me. And I'm the main demographic here. Who wants to watch Agatha all along? Not me. Wasn't interested in it. I got hate, but who wants to watch that? I don't know, guys. Even to win back the male audiences, and I can't speak for everybody, but what male is going to want to watch a treasure story? Horror. You need to focus on your existing IP. You need to focus on your existing IP. That is the best thing that you need to do. That is best for business. Course correct. Because you're sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it. Literally a gold mine. Specifically the MCU. Even Star Wars. There's more stories to tell. Let's get more Darth Vader. Darth Maul. Marvel. Let's course correct. Let's bring back some characters. We're about to get another Spider-Man movie. Get Cap back. Get Iron Man back. Thor's back. Hulk. Let's make Hulk regular Hulk again. There's more stories to expound upon. You just got to course correct. So, are you throwing in the white flag and you're super happy to get a female demographic overall now that you would rather worry about just discontinuing your all-time IPs, Disney? You would rather say screw Star Wars and Marvel. We're taking the L. We've lost the audience. Instead of trying to gain them back, you're just worried about giving us some freaking treasure hunts and scary movies. Original IPs. Really? The biggest comic book genre and pop culture genre, Star Wars, DC, and Marvel. We don't want no other new IPs. Us men, 13 to 28 years old, we love superheroes. Not scary movies. Not Pirates of the Caribbean, treasure hunts. That's not what we love. We love lightsabers. We love Captain America's shield. We love Iron Man, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Anakin, Darth Vader. We love that. We don't want no more original IPs. But Disney is just going to continue to Disney. Bob Iger, even though he has resumed the role, he's not going to change either. It's just a sinking, dying ship over at Disney, and the future could never not be so bleak for both IPs. What do you guys think of this news? I just want. Do you agree with me? I want to know all of your comments down below. I just want to know all of your comments down below. It sucks. Disney is smarter than this, but they're going to continue to do what they want to do. I want to know all of your comments down below.